Alright, welcome back. This week I thought I'd just do a bit of a summary on our journey so far. So just as a reminder, it's myself, Chris, Hester and Richard that we bought this land together, and it's not so far from where we all live in Scotland. So the reason we bought it is to create a forest that is both biodiverse, productive, i.e. producing timber, and somewhere fun to spend time. So the land that we bought is about 30 hectares, about 80 acres, and it's predominantly grazing at the moment. So you can see the sheep over there. So it's about 80% grazing, 10% of it's mature woodland, and 10% of it was planted about 15, 20 years ago now. And so far we've been working mainly on our forest plan. So that's for basically getting the grant for tree planting on the grazing land at the moment. And it's been taking quite a while, maybe a bit longer than we anticipated it would take, but that's really because we don't want to make any big mistakes in that plan, in that design, because it's going to be quite hard to change it later on. And by the time the trees are starting to establish, it's quite difficult to then change the trees or the layout or other elements of the forest. And we're about to submit that to Scottish Forestry, who look after all the grants here, and hopefully it will take them 3 to 4 months to give us a decision, which will probably be positive, because most 99% of grants applications in Scotland do get funding. And then after that we're probably looking at another 6 months, so well, maybe a little bit longer. It'll be this time next year, so autumn 2022, by the time we actually come to plant the trees. And before then we've got to do things like putting up a deer fence around all the land to give the trees the best chance they can of growing without getting eaten, because deer love eating small trees. And we've also got to do soil cultivation, so that's where, well, it can be a variety of different things. So it could be mounding, where you basically create a little mound and you plant each tree in the top of the mound, which can have different benefits. It depends on your site conditions. So that's kind of a brief overview of the planting side of things. And then in the current woodland up there, we've been looking at natural regeneration. So the seeds are falling off the big trees, and we've been looking to protect the trees that are growing, because at the moment there's deer coming through eating those trees. So we're not getting there's not many trees, younger trees, medium-aged trees, because in the last 20 years they've been eaten in that area. So we're protecting those small trees that are now growing to give them a good chance of reaching maturity in the future. And in the wood that's 15-20 years old, we've been taking off the tree tubes which they were planted with, because they've, 20 years old, they don't need those anymore, and it's starting to damage some of the trees, growing into the bark or into the roots. So that's quite a big job to take all those off. And these are things you can go back in the channel and watch if you're interested to find out more. And well, I mean, that's kind of a good summary really of everything that's been happening so far. Like I said, anything that's interesting, go back and watch it again. If you're enjoying or want to find out more about what we're doing in the future, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.